Hello students, in today's class we are gonna start with the revision part of motion chapter. Okay, in this chapter we are gonna discuss about the basic things as well as with the important things for examinations part or the examination view. Okay, let's try to learn very easily that we are dealing with the chapter motion. Okay, dealing with chapter motion. So the important things, let's try to solve one by one. So we are dealing with revision part, so we'll deal it with basic things with the one by one. Okay, so motion. So the definition of motion in very simplest way we can learn like this, that is the phenomenon of change of position of an object. The phenomenon of change of position of an object, we call it as, is called as motion. Okay, so simple and easy. When it is asked for 1 marks definition or with the fill in the blanks part, just you can go through it like this. The phenomena of change of position of an object is called motion. Okay, so the state of rest and the state of motion, it depends on the physics. Okay, where the physical part, the rest means a body is said to be in a state of rest when its position does not change from with respect to reference point, that we call it as a rest, as well as motion. A body is said to be in motion when its position changes with respect to reference point, that we call it as rest and motion. Among this chapter we have two types, that is rest and motion. I hope you children have an idea with what is rest and what is motion. Rest means, say for example, the pen is said to be in rest position. Motion means where it's moving, so this is a motion. Okay, so the physical quantities, it is a physical property of a material that can be measured, is called the physical quantity. So we can go through like this. What does physical quantity mean? Okay, physical, let me write it as physical quantity. So physical quantity is that it's a property, it is a physical property, it is a physical property of material that can be measured. Okay, that can be measured, is said to be or is called as physical quantity. Clear children? And these are the things which may be asked for 1 marks question. Okay, that is physical quantity, the motion, physical quantity, and upper grades what we are gonna learn. These all things can be asked for just 1 marks. So then we have scalar quantity. So either you may expect the scalar quantity and vector quantity for 2 marks together, or when it is asked for single marks, that is for 1 marks, you can just define like this. Scalar quantity means physical quantity having only magnitude, not the direction. Okay, just you can learn as only magnitude, not the direction anta telali itkondre you can frame a sentence, so that will be easy for you children. So easy, physical quantity having only magnitude. Okay, but not the direction, is called as scalar quantity. So scalar quantity means physical quantity having only magnitude, not direction. Okay, while learning you can just remember as physical quantity andre namage gottide. So it has only magnitude but not the direction anta andre that is scalar quantity. And vector quantity. So vector quantity means where physical quantity having both magnitude as well as direction. Okay, idralli only magnitude irutte, but idralli magnitude as well as direction, both it will be. That we call it as vector quantity. Let's write it as or learn like this. Physical quantity having both magnitude as well as direction, okay, is called as vector quantity. Easy, isn't it, children? Just learn like this. Kalibekare easy kaliri. Only magnitude but not direction ge scalar quantity antivi. Vector quantity ge magnitude as well as direction. Eradu iddaga navu enantivi vector quantity antivi. So here you can take example as when it is asked for 1 or 2 marks, you have to mention it. Okay, examples also. You can take it as speed here. Okay, speed, distance. And here you can take example as velocity. Tumba easy agiradne nenpitkonake. Okay, which will be easy for you children to remember for the point of examinations. So this will be easy for you children. And what does distance mean? Okay, then we have to concentrate on distance. Let's come to distance and displacement once after when we are coming out for learning in the process of 2 marks questions. So concentrating on 1 mark question. Okay, next we have that is what is 1 marks question. You can just expect 1 marks question as what is average speed, then what is average velocity. You can see sometimes 1 marks go kelbodu, sometimes they may ask for 2 marks. It depends upon the variations. Okay, it depends upon the just with examinations. Okay, or the persons who set the paper, depends upon them. So let's study about speed. So what is speed? Speed is the distance traveled by an object. Okay, the distance traveled by an object in unit time. The distance traveled by object in unit time is referred as speed. Clear? The distance traveled by an object in unit time is referred as speed. And its unit also we have to remember, children. So the unit of speed is meter per second. Sometimes this may ask for in the fill in the blanks part also. Sometimes even for 1 marks. So I hope it's clear. Speed andre the distance traveled by an object in unit time is referred as speed. Okay, I hope it's clear with speed now. So now let's move on to average speed. Okay, average speed andre enanta. So average speed means for non-uniform motion the average speed of object is obtained by dividing the total distance traveled by an object by total time taken. Okay, in order, you can just like remember, I'll write the definition once again here. For non-uniform motion, the average, I'll just write it as AVG, okay, that means average speed of an object is obtained by dividing the total distance traveled by an object by the total time taken. That is called average speed. So average speed is equals to, that is nothing but V, okay, that is equals to total distance traveled, that is nothing but S, divided by total time taken. Okay, that is nothing but T. See, sometimes what happens when you are lacking in order to learn the full definition of average speed, just remember like this: average speed is equals to total distance traveled divided by total time taken. Okay, idina neevu sentence al baradre you will get the full marks. That is with the average speed definitions. Average speed is equals to total distance traveled divided by total time taken. And then you sentence al baradre you will get the full marks. Out of yes marks depends upon that, you will get the full marks. So let's try to learn with velocity now. So what is that velocity? Velocity means, velocity is the speed of an object. Velocity is the speed of an object moving in definite direction. Okay, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಆದಂತ ಒಂದು definite direction ಇರುತ್ತೆ. So that is called velocity. And the SI unit for this also is meter per. So SI andre we know that it is system international. Okay, again the unit is meter per second here also. Velocity is the speed of an object moving in definite direction is called as velocity. Even we can write this as average velocity is equals to initial velocity plus final velocity divided by 2. That we call it as velocity. Okay, nimge ನೆನಪು ಬರಲಿಲ್ಲ in order to write with the definition of velocity ಅಂದಾಗ average velocity is equals to initial velocity plus final velocity divided by 2 ಅಂತ ಬರೆದ್ರೂ you will get the marks. Okay, this is out of velocity now. And acceleration, next one we have is acceleration. What does that acceleration mean? Acceleration is equals to change in the velocity of an object, okay, per unit time. Change in the velocity of an object per unit time, that we call it as acceleration. So acceleration, I'll just write it as ACC, that is equals to A is equals to V minus U divided by T is the formula that we have. And the SI unit here, SI unit is meter per second square agata. Okay, here it is meter per second square. I hope children you got an idea with the 1 marks part. Okay, let's even try to learn more about this in the further sessions. Okay, thank you.